What is up, guys? This is the Overleveled Podcast, episode 60. And we have some interesting topics to talk about. And nonetheless, we'll be talking about some video game news. There wasn't many video game news in general. But we do have some like TV/movie news. But first, I guess what we can straight up talk about, because everyone wants to talk about this. We talked about this several times when the patent was released, was leaked or whatnot for PlayStation 5 with backwards compatibility. They were, it was a thing. Mark Cerny's name was on it. It was filed that there was going to be backwards compatibility. And I think this was like around fall when we talked about it, and it's being talked about again. So it says, let me quickly talk about the patent. The patent, which can be found in JPlat Pat, with further information on Hakanko, with the publication number 2019-503013, was filed on January 20th of 2017 and published January 31st, 2019 by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Investors listed include PS4 lead architect Mark Cerny and principal programmer at Sony Entertainment Europe Simon Pilgrim. Pilgrim's first listing on LinkedIn notes him as developing optimized cross-platform math, animation, and geometry libraries for PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation 4 platform. The patent details a process that could run software from the legacy devices perfectly on a new device. It notes that components like a CPU may be faster in new devices, but the architect might not match closely enough with the previous hardware CPU in order to play the older software. So to trick the legacy software to work with new hardware, mimics legacy devices. Diagrams included with the patent also suggest the system spoofs processor IDs to facilitate this. Now, that's interesting news. This is like, for me, I'm surprised, because this is basically kind of saying that we might have PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and even possibly PlayStation 3 games backwards compatibility, as well as PlayStation 4. But I don't know about PlayStation 3. Like, I know they're trying to say they're mimicking it and trying to fool it, like the game, I guess, to run on the PlayStation 5. But I don't understand how that works because of like how difficult the PlayStation 3 is, and even with emulation, with PC, it's like super, super difficult. So that's where I'm very skeptical on, because I'm just like, is it feasible? I mean, yes, Sony has very smart guys in the software department and stuff like that they could possibly do this, but I don't know if this is possible. Like, it would be dope. I would be very much for PlayStation 3 games being able to play on PlayStation 5, but I guess it's more of the like realist in me to say it's not. But hey, if they have it and they showed off working and they prove me wrong, then I'll take the crow. I'll eat the crow. But I'm very skeptical because the cell architecture is super complex and stuff like that. Like, PlayStation 4 makes sense. x86, like, it's going to be very much like compatible with PlayStation 5 because it's doing the same architecture. x86, just better graphics card and better CPU. It's the same architect. But what do you think about this, Jigga?
Well, I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson and they're never ever doing that shit again. But yeah, because even on PC with like strong hardware, it's like hard to emulate the PS3 games. It's really hard. But look, I don't. Is it possible? I see, like, I don't know. They're smart enough. Well, actually, I don't know, because it took them like fucking 5 years to get name changes. So I don't know, dog. But it should be. They should be smart enough so they can figure out how to do this and get it so we can play backwards compatibly games on like the PS4 or PS3 games. But Who knows, bro?
But for me, I'll say this: like, it's gonna be a great feature to have, but am I gonna use it though?
Yeah, no, 'cause, like even like the 360 games, like, bro, they're unless they're like got the X patch, most of them things look terrible, and it's like I'm not gonna play that.
Yeah, it's like not many. There's not many games I will go back and play with. Like PlayStation 3, I have my PS3, right? I can't tell you a game that I really went back to. Like I actually played it on my PS3. There's just not a game that drives me to go boot up that PS3. And I think the only thing that drive me was just to live stream like the Metal Gear Solid games, and that was it. But other than that, I'm just
Sorry
like,
to hear that.
eh. Hey man, don't you say anything bad about Kojima.
Yeah, I don't know. People who there's nothing wrong with liking backwards compatibility, but people who like champion for like
Oh
it's
yeah,
something's next great. It's okay, but it's good to have. Like I'd rather have it than not.
and you know why they're doing it, right? They're doing
Mhm.
it because for next generation, Microsoft's gonna have it, and that's gonna be a marketing tool.
At the same time, Switch doesn't have it, and so do they really need it?
No, they don't even need it. Nintendo doesn't need any of that, dude.
Well, Nintendo was like, you won't rebuy the old game that you already own. Like, bruh, I can't
Yep.
think of how many people have rebought the same game like fucking 6 to 7 times. Just like bought on the
$60,
Switch
bro.
and the Wii and the Wii U and it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, totally agree. Inspector, what do you think about the backwards compatibility and Pat saying that it's going to trick I guess the game software into thinking it's that same architectures for those systems? You think it's feasible, especially with the PlayStation 3? PlayStation 4, of course, has the same architecture of the PlayStation 5, so that makes sense. But going with PlayStation 1, 2, especially
Yeah.
3 titles.
I think it would make sense for PS4, but I don't know how it would work for PS3 and the previous generation consoles before that. To be honest, I'm kind of indifferent to backwards compatibility just because, like, when I'm playing games, I want to play new games. I don't want to play old games. So, like, I don't crave for backwards compatibility. Like, if I were to, like, I haven't played my PS3 since I got my PS4, and even then there's probably only like one or two games. But the thing is, they already remaster a bunch of PS3 games for PS4, so like you could get like why go back and play Shadow of the Colossus on PS2 when you have the remake on PS4?
Yep.
You can just play that one.
Yep. Agree with that. Talani, what do you think about the whole backwards compatibility for PlayStation 5, especially with PlayStation 3, with them in the patent trying to say that they could trick the PlayStation 3 games into thinking that it is a PlayStation 3?
What is Sony thinking of, firstly? And secondarily, is it possible? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, I'm thinking that Sony wants to do backwards compatibility just to, it's like basically when both these systems come out, PlayStation 5 and whatever you want to call the next Xbox, we don't know, they're going to have features, right? And they're going to tout out these features that another platform doesn't have. PlayStation we don't even know if it's going to have the power narrative, right? They'll be like, oh, shoot. We have backwards compatibility, Xbox, and we have the most powerful console. Whereas PlayStation, they can't even say, we have backwards compatibility because they don't have it. I think they're doing that so they can cut that narrative out.
Yeah, they're doing it because they're petty. Cause I think they really just Microsoft saying that shit over them, like probably annoying them. So like, we finna cut that out before y'all even say that. We gonna get this shit done.
Yep.
Because really, is there really any benefit? Like, there's like,
I even remember they even have the stats about backwards compatibility and how many people actually use it.
Yeah, really many people don't. So I think it's just they they pride that Microsoft can say this and they can. Like they petty, bro. And sometimes you need to come to be petty because that means it gets better stuff for us. Like it's a feature that you may not use, but it's like I always want that feature, and if I never use it, like there are games where it's like they have a single player mode, and it's like I never play it. But if that game didn't have a single player mode, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah,
like Call of Duty, it's like that. Like I never really played a single player, but when they get rid of single player, it's like, oh, I ain't buying that.
Yep.
Like just that perceived value, like makes it better.
Agreed. So let me make sure. So I think we found out about Battlefield 5. It didn't sell as well as EA hoped.
Wait, no, can I say something before you finish? Like, fuck EA, bro, because they're always with this. They was like, oh, it didn't sell well because it's single player. No, it sold well because the multiplayer was booty, bro.
Mhm.
There wasn't enough content to keep people playing.
Or maybe you shouldn't have alienated your fans by saying, oh, like, you're dumb if you don't get this, or whatever they said.
I forgot, like, their exact quote was something like, basically, they were trying to say people are uneducated, and like
was that DICE or was that EA?
Or Patrick Sutherland. I don't know who he's from, but I don't know if he was from DICE or EA executive. Let me look up Patrick Sutherland.
EA, because I can't see. Well, you never know, but
all right, Sutherland. Patrick Sutherland is a Swedish businessman, video game executive. He was executive vice president in charge of worldwide studios at Electronic Arts. So yeah, that was
EA. It's like, don't blame the single player. Like the single player has nothing to do with
they blamed the single player. They also said because they didn't have battle royale.
Now that I can kind of see a little, but not really.
I cannot, dude. I don't think the reason why that's why I flopped. It's because people didn't want to play it. Also, you did alienate the fan base, was also another, and you replaced the game in a terrible, position with other video games. And they also addressed that. They were like, yeah, games like Call of Duty, Red Dead 2, and even Fortnite was the reason why the game didn't do well.
But see, what you need to realize is most gamers are they get games based on their friends. And most that game is not fun. I played it on PC. It's not fun, bro. It's only one good map. The rest of the maps are trash. And it's like, why would I play a game with trash maps, bro? It's like, no.
Yep. I feel it. And does anyone else have anything else to say with regarding Battlefield 5?
Yo, he ain't clueless. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I feel it. I guess some positive news for EA, not really, because they actually had no hand in this video game whatsoever. And the funny thing was, they also had no hands-on with the microtransaction in this game as well. Monday, it was announced and released that Apex Legends came out. It is a battle royale game. It's made by Respawn, and they were actually very transparent. They said, listen, we're not going to waste money on marketing. We're going to release this, release it. And if people like the game, they like the game. If they don't, they don't. And I think that was actually very smart, and it was very it benefited them a lot. And also because marketing can point the game at a negative light and not very representative for the game, and people will be like, what type of game is this, really, and stuff like that. And it's called Apex Legends, and they have 2.5 million players the first day or so, and 600K concurrent players. And I played I think 4 matches, and pretty dope. I know people were thinking it's a Titanfall game. It's not. It does have Titanfall shooting mechanics, but not running on walls or whatnot. But it is a fun game nonetheless. It does require a lot of teamwork. if you're not communicating with your squad, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna survive. As well as I feel like it's a mashup of like Overwatch mixed with Titanfall shooting mixed with battle royale. But I think it's like really fun. I think it's better than Fortnite. I think it makes me want to like play more of the game. Whereas Fortnite, like I think I put 5 hours in that game. And I was like, nah, this game is not for me. This game isn't that great. But games like Apex Legends, it's really good. And it's gonna be very interesting to see the Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn, which I think is a third person.
Yeah.
Game. So, but it's very interesting. I know they have two teams in Respawn, so that's what one team's working on Apex Legends, and the other is also working on Jedi Fallen Order. But Jiga, I know you played some of the game. What do you think about it?
I mean, as a not like I don't like battle royale games, but that game I will say it's fun. I enjoy it. Like the shooting's pretty good. What I will say is, if you are somebody you play the game, you enjoy it, put some money into it. If it's not nothing but like $5, like, because we got to show EA that like you can make profit without screwing your customers over, the fan base of the game over. So
yeah, did you find out they had nothing to do with like the implementations for the microtransactions or anything whatsoever? They even gave you like I think for the loot boxes, like actual like probability like of percentage for like what weapon you would get and stuff like that.
yeah, I think I've seen somebody say that, and I'm like, that's good, man. Like, we need more of this, bro. So don't like if you can support that game, bro.
Yeah. And I think it's better than Fortnite. It's that too.
Oh man.
But I will ask you guys a question after this. But what do you think about this Spectre Apex Legends and how it released out of the blue and it's getting a lot of traction and stuff like that?
It's interesting. Like, I don't really know what to say about it because I don't really know much about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also for PlayStation players, if you get out on PlayStation, you don't have to use PS Plus. Something
Look, man,
that Xbox doesn't do.
Look, are you telling me you broke and can't afford Xbox Live?
Oh yeah, I remember this conversation.
No, but yeah, I agree. It is dumb.
Go to PlayStation. I'm like, okay,
yeah, it should be free, man. Like, come on, like Microsoft, but they making money, so it's like they're not gonna stop.
What about you, Talati? What do you think about that, Gabe?
Well, the one thing I do know that this game was in development from a mutual friend of mine that actually knows that he's a big Titanfall fan, so he has some sort of connection with the developers or something like that. So he's been super excited about this. But what I can tell you is that this game is in the same universe as Titanfall. It's set 5 years apart from it, from the Titanfall 2 game. And it looks like an interesting battle royale game. No titans, three people squads. So if you're playing solo, you'll be squadded up with random people. And on top of that, I feel as if this game would definitely put Fortnite in its place because Fortnite sucks now. I'm sorry, Fortnite, but you're dead to me.
Fortnite was always not that great.
Yeah, I never enjoyed it.
Yeah, I tried 5 hours straight.
I don't understand the people who play it because all they do is get mad at it.
Oh yeah.
Like, why play a game that gets you so mad all the time?
Well, I can't agree to that because I play 2K and that shit all the fucking time. But it's like you enjoy it, but like the imperfections are annoying because it's like you enjoy it. It's like you find a girl you like, but she has a tendency to say stuff like you don't like, but it's like you still love her, but she still says stuff you don't like.
You see, another thing too that a lot of people don't understand is that this game as well, it's soon to be cross-play. So between Xbox, PlayStation, PC, they're really on quick on that ball already because I saw this on the internet, and I'm pretty much excited to see that. Because I feel as if cross-play would actually make more sense for a battle royale game than actually being it on its console or PC. And I feel as well on top of that with this game that I feel that this definitely is definitely grabbing people's attention because it's a brand new battle royale game. It's a mixture between Call of Duty and Fortnite, except for like the fact that it's high tech, so it's pretty cool. The designs, not designs, the gameplay mechanic looks really cool as well. So I'll probably will test it out or try it when I get time. Unfortunately, I haven't got time at the moment. So it feels bad, man.
I'm okay with crossplay as long as they don't do fucking PC, bro. Keep them where
Glad
they
they're
are.
doing
Oh man,
PC.
now they need to bring the PC in.
Yeah,
PC
bring in the
master
PC.
race.
Nope,
Bro,
it's
they're
not
doing it
there.
dude,
Nope.
it's already on PC for Origin, so
Yeah,
if
let
you're-
some PC players play against themselves, man.
Nah, dude. We need to mop those console peasants.
Look,
in
okay,
these
then
matches.
they should restrict you to a controller, bro.
Oh man, nah, dude. Master race. We need our keyboards.
Oh, did he? Hey, go play against other keyboard players.
Nah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna get mopped. I'm gonna find you in a match. I'm gonna mop you.
I'm turning that option where I ain't got to play y'all.
Dude, I'll be like,
definitely ducking.
if you do crossplay, don't make it an option to disable PC players.
No,
We
man,
gotta
then
mop
they
these
definitely
peasants.
disabling me from playing that
I
game.
think what they need to focus on honestly is to try and get teams into the same friends into the same team, because that is the problem they've been having for a while now. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking stuff, but I could just play with a keyboard and mouse. Damn.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah, because of Xbox, dude. You
No,
can
I'm
face
talking
it.
I'm talking about on PC, dog. Oh man, I don't do that, bro.
But I guess my question to you guys is PUBG now gonna get the just die? Are
Yeah.
they done now after Apex?
Yeah,
Wasn't it already dead because it got overtaken by Fortnite?
yeah,
Yeah,
that-
but
I
people
feel as
thought,
if
like it still has like some life in it, but I feel like after this game, like I think PUBG will just be done like permanently.
yeah, I think so too. I think PUBG is done in terms of developmental standpoint. They really haven't got any legs to stand on.
Yeah.
And it's basically a new battle royale game that's even more advanced than what COD had, and it's made by the people that made Titanfall, so it's funded by EA.
And Respawn's also the original creators of Call of Duty.
Yeah, so you're kind of screwed.
Yep. So, but I guess what do you think, Jigga? Is PUBG dead now?
I feel like it's like I don't see it ever dying, but it's gonna get to the point where it's like it's basically dead, but not dead. I mean, it's like I haven't heard much like about any updates or anything on that game, so it's like I feel like
We didn't even
really
hear
ain't-
any sales figures for the PlayStation 4 version.
No,
Nothing.
man. Let the PS4 players tell you all their games sold like 3 million in one day.
I think a lot of PlayStation 4 players actually said they weren't even going to buy the game.
I don't blame them, but that game's booty. Especially on console, bro. Like, don't play that.
Yeah, they were like, dude, we're going to give you a Nathan Drake like clothes and stuff. And people were like, Psh, I'm good. I was like, wow.
That would actually be a lit dog, man. Shout out to Nathan Drake.
It's not even like looking like Nathan Drake. It's just his clothes.
Yeah, like gonna give you like that whack Harley Quinn. I said Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, like, bruh.
And Joker.
This shit was so garbage, bruh.
Facts.
But it's all money, man. That's how PUBG would wanted to do it. They wanted to do stuff with DC, and it kind of backfired on them.
Yeah, because of the whole Fortnite and Avengers thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a reaction thing, I guess. I wonder how much the license costs to do that, though, for the PUBG.
It probably cost them a lot of money, but if they would have done it right and not charge it, didn't they charge you like $20 to $30 for that? Like, bruh.
Oh yeah, they did. Thanos, it was a game mode, and they were there. But the next topic: Microsoft is expanding Xbox Live to Nintendo Switch and mobile. Microsoft is bringing Xbox Live cross-platform support to Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android devices, according to Eurogamer. The announcement was teased from the conference schedule details for GDC 2019, which has since been taken down and will take place next month. And Xbox Live achievements friend games, friends, game history, and multiplayer abilities across the other platforms will be available after the release. The description read: Xbox Live is about to get much bigger. Xbox Live is expanding from 400M gaming devices, I guess that's 400 million gaming devices, and a reach to over 68 million active players to over 2 billion devices with the release of our new cross-platform XDS. Get a first look at the SDK to enable game developers to connect players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PC. And what do I think? I think Microsoft wants to expand. I said this a lot. I said this when I said they were to go into PC. I thought, like, I knew they were going to start releasing their games to PC. Quantum Break was one of them. I was like, they're going to do this and more. And they did. And what I think about this, I think this is like planting the seeds of them potentially releasing their games on those systems one day. Lucky Tales is also being released on the Nintendo Switch. And I feel like if they don't do as well next generation, it might go just be a publisher. And that's it. And the reason why I say that is we'll get more into it with the next topic, right? But I think that this is showing signs of them, like, I don't want to say they're not confident in the Xbox console, but they want to be in everybody's home devices so they can make a lot of money. But Jacob, what do you think about this?
They just want to spy on you, but that's all it is. But I don't like it, bro, because it makes me feel like more and more they're gonna leave the console space, and it's like then Sony's just gonna be out here D'ing us over and doing whatever they want to, bro. I don't know. But I guess I don't know. Microsoft hasn't been like competition this generation, but Sony hasn't done too much like dumb stuff, but. If like Xbox is really going, like, bro, it's over with. We gonna get a weak ass console, like, bro, it's gonna suck.
I agree. I want competition. There needs to be competition to keep the platforms on each other's toes. But Inspector, what do you think about Xbox Live being on many devices?
I mean, it's interesting that they want to expand, but I think the problem is what you said is that, like, with this, none of their games are really exclusive anymore. So they can't really market their games as exclusives because they're on, like, they've been doing this ever since I think 2016 or 2017 when they started going on Windows 10, like their games. Yeah. I think what they're just going to be doing, I hate to say, is that I think probably in the next 5 years, I think Xbox is going to be dead and they're just going to be focusing on PC. I think like I want the competition. I'm not saying, like, I think if it's just Sony, like, there's no way that Nintendo can compete with Sony. There's just the size that they are, and like their fan base is, like, I'm not saying Nintendo doesn't have a fan base, but it's smaller than Sony is. Like, I mean, the Switch has sold like a bunch of copies, but like, I think Microsoft needs to be there because then there's like nothing for Sony to go against. And with that, Sony can get kind of overconfident, like they did with the PS3. But
personally, I feel like Microsoft is just going the publisher route and may have many devices with their services, even with streaming. That's what I think they're moving more towards.
yeah.
But I could be completely wrong. They do something completely drastic, but I highly doubt that. Talia, what do you think about Xbox Live being on many devices?
On many devices, I think personally, I think this is their move, Microsoft's move of basically saying to the fans now that look, we're supporting any device, Nintendo Switch and PC, and we're gonna mainly focus on that now. I think I agree with Inspector. I think they're gonna move to PC now, and they're gonna start making console games after this last Xbox. This next Xbox console.
What I also think, though, is that's very interesting is these people that have these devices that will have Xbox Live, like the Switch and stuff like that. I think they have an account for Minecraft for Nintendo Switch, right? For Xbox Live, they don't have to pay for Xbox Live. I don't even think these like PC. We don't have to pay for Xbox Live.
Yeah, the only people who will be playing is like people on the Xbox. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yep. I can guarantee you the phones won't even have to pay for Xbox Live.
Nope. Phones are still free of charge.
Like, that shit's funny to me, but Xbox players have to pay for it. And Xbox Microsoft likes to treat Xbox like
you do.
Man, I was gonna try and be nice about it and say first class citizens for paying shit. But shoot. More Xbox news. Microsoft Studios has now transformed and become Xbox Game Studios.
No way.
I know, dude. During Inside Xbox, Microsoft mentioned basically just calling themselves Xbox Game Studios. Like, man, this is very much instilling confidence in me. This is telling me that these games are going to be amazing, and Crackdown 3 is going to be game of the generation. With this name change, no, I'm not saying that at all. This shit, I could care less. Like, you change your name. It's like PlayStation Studios, Worldwide Studios. Like, what does this do for us? You changing the name, what does that do for us? It doesn't do anything. Like, seriously. I see people hyping this shit up. It's like, Xbox has learned their lesson. Xbox is listening to the fans. Like, yo, where's my good games? I'm looking at Crackdown 3. This ain't it. But, Jacob, what do you think about the name change?
Maybe, I don't know, bro. Wait, so you say they're changing from Microsoft to Xbox?
Yeah, Microsoft Studios to Xbox Game Studios.
Okay, look, it's furthering proving what we believe, that they're leaving the thing and making it like a brand like just Xbox Game Studios, where they're leaving console making it just be like, oh man, it's sad, bro. Like they really probably gonna lead the console market.
Yeah, what do you think about this, Spectre? Them changing their studio names to Xbox Game Studios instead of Microsoft Studios?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to say.
Damn. Does this instill confidence in you for Microsoft?
It's just not. I wouldn't say there's no confidence. I wouldn't say there's interest. I think interest and confidence are two totally different things.
I feel it.
But
all right, what about you, Talani? What do you think about the Microsoft Studios now called Xbox Game Studios?
I've got no words. Honestly, only thing I'll say is to Xbox, go fuck yourself.
Oof.
Damn.
Rough.
Big yikes. Now we got more Xbox. This month, Game Pass, you're going to have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, February 7th. The Walking Dead, the complete first season, February 7th. Pumped BMX Pro, February 7th. De Blob, February 14th. Crackdown 3, February 15th. And Batman Return to Arkham, February 21st. And that's if you have Game Pass. When I think about this, I could care less for this. I really do. I could care less for any of these. Like, none of these, yet again, makes me want to go and get Game Pass. I know some people are like, let me get Game Pass for $1 so I can play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. They're like, that's not a bad idea. $1 just to play for a month makes sense. Batman Return to Arkham, I've shot out the game so many times. Terrible remaster / whatever remake. That's not even a remake. They fucked up the textures and shit like that, coloring, and messed up Batman's face in Arkham Asylum, made him look constipated. No, nothing else really. Game Pass for me is a big pass. What do you think about this, Giga?
Low key, all you really have to do is just keep waiting for them to lower it to $1 and just keep buying it, because they keep constantly lowering it to $1. But like, I don't know, Game Passes for me right now it's not worth it. But like pay $10 and play Crackdown 3 just to see what it's like. I mean, it's not that bad.
Did you hear the amount of damage control for Crackdown 3?
No, that game looks like shit, bro.
Bro, they were like, what do you expect? It's on Game Pass. I'm like, then why should we get fucking Game Pass if you're gonna have mediocre games?
I don't know, but it's ridiculous.
Fuck yeah, man. The fanboys out the woodwork trying to defend this shit. It's too much for me.
You can't defend that game. That game looks like
dude, there's no shadows.
At a screen.
No shadows.
Oh, man,
fucking destruction looks like fucking paper, like fucking cardboard.
Yeah, I was watching. He fell through like a building. It just looked like a piece of paper got ripped. I'm like, that is trash. Like, that destruction is laughable.
Yeah, dude. Did you see like what people comparing this destruction to like the previous destruction for like GDC or some shit like that? I was like, gosh dang, that destruction looks pretty dope. And then you go to the right side, gosh dang, that shit looks garbage.
Yep.
Like, geez, man. Never believe this shit when they're talking about tech demos, because that shit ain't gonna be it. Yeah, that's what I learned.
They could have canceled this shit, bro.
Yeah, they should have. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know this game was supposed to be initially 4-player co-op, and now it's 2-player co-op.
Oh, yeah, bro. It's looking bad for Microsoft out here this gen.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, them studios they bought do something next gen, bro. It's looking sad out here.
I mean, the last game is really our Forza, Halo, and Gears that are going to cut out for the Xbox. Oh, well, no, Halo is being rumored for next gen, and not even this gen. Halo Infinite. But I guess Gears and Halo is the cutting point. It may be Ninja Theory's game, but I highly doubt that. But, Inspector, what do you think about Game Pass this month for Xbox?
Yawn. Like, right when you said Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'm like, nope. Like,
oh, man. That game was more fast. Dude, I still have that shit. Dude, I got that for Christmas. Is it like legit, like brand new?
Wait, did you ask for it for Christmas, or did someone just give you it for Christmas?
Gave it to me, dude. I just like, I guess I'm gonna play it. Geez, I have it, but I'm not expecting much from it. But yeah,
I don't love you, dog.
I got Yakuza, dude. I got all, Yakuza 0 through QLB2. And Offset Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they're great. Yakuza is a better game than Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh man, I don't think you can offset poison with bleach, bro.
Wait a minute. This man is saying, listen, weren't you playing freaking Shenmue?
Look, allegedly, yes, I did allegedly.
Oh my god. Yakuza shits all over Shenmue. End of
No,
story.
you're bugging.
No, I'm 100% telling the fucking truth.
You can't compare them. One is like an old shitty game, and one is like a newer.
One is an amazing game with amazing storytelling, and one is, can you teach me the way? Yes, I can.
Do you know the way?
It's
Look,
like,
I'm gonna just stop hating. That game is actually pretty.
oh no,
good.
no, no, no. Oh, it's like, yo, voice acting in this game is so bad.
Okay, look, I can't damage control. Like, it's really bad.
Like, yo, I'm gonna say this. How is it that Metal Gear Solid 1 has better voice acting, but Shenmue doesn't have any good voice acting?
See, what happened was it's Sega fault, bro. Facts.
And that's not even talking about Shenmue 2. I'm pretty sure Shenmue 2 probably has bad voice acting as well. Dude, imagine they bring back the same voice actors as Shenmue 3. Oof.
If Shenmue 3, bro, I will, bro. It's like we have advanced too far along for you to go back to that shit, bro.
And then they'll be like, I have come for my revenge. I'll be like, oh no, I'm done.
I will fight whoever did that.
Talani, what do you think about Game Pass this for this month for Xbox?
Okay. Should I tell you something about the Xbox Pass, right?
Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, the Game Pass, right? My honest opinion on this is the fact that it's why would you have Return to Arkham on there, firstly? And secondly, it's Crackdown 3. Come on, it's a brand new game. Like, really. So, and it looks like a piece of shit anyway, Crackdown 3. I'm sorry, Terry Crews.
Shit, man.
You let people down.
Wait, whoa, he didn't do shit. That man showed up for that check. He did what he
Yeah, he did, dude. I don't even think I bet you, if I went up to this man, Terry Crews, I'm like, yo, what do you think about Crackdown 3? Just you and me. Just tell me right now. He's like,
you know what? Terry Crews was in the middle of filming 2 Old Spice commercials, and they asked him to do Crackdown 3. Oh, so he's like,
dude, he wanted to do freaking Overwatch. And they're like, listen, I know you wanted to do Overwatch, but we got this game called Crackdown 3. And it's like, beggars can't be choosers.
It's like, yeah, because
no, he should have been choosy,
so, but like honestly though, on a serious level though, like the reason why Return to Arkham's on there is basically because PlayStation has got a sale on for the Arkham collection, so this is their way of basically responding and say, okay, we'll put the Batman game on the game. What's it called? The Game Pass, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, you guys put it on the Game Pass, but I'd highly doubt anybody who's going to get the Game Pass because of that. You could have put Arkham Collection, or you could have put something else on there, to be honest with you. But Terry Crews, you've let the people down, like I said.
Oh man. All right, so I guess we go quickly into Mortal Kombat. They showed Cabal. Xbox Inside Xbox. Pretty dope. He's kind of like, he has a little of like the flash movement stuff like that, which I found interesting. I enjoyed like the X-rays and the fatality. It's supposedly Devora is added to the roster as well, and she's supposed to be a female villain from the species Chitin, who has insects living inside of her and uses them in her fighting.
Yeah, she was in MKX.
Yeah, MKX.
Dude, this spine chill. That's I got for that. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Dope. I say Cabal's dope. I didn't see her. Like I didn't.
It was just a picture. They didn't show.
They didn't show gameplay for her at all, or even footage. That's because it was on the Xbox Inside. There was nothing for Devora, but
Wait, did
only
they show Devora inside Xbox, or did they just announce that
No.
They announced that she was in the game and they put like a render up.
they
okay.
showed her render on Xbox Inside, but there was no footage or anything on Xbox Inside. Cabal showed at the combat cast though.
Yeah, because I think the Inside Xbox thing happened like right after
Yeah,
the combat cast ended.
yeah,
So I guess it was pre-recorded
yeah.
because it was at the
Yeah.
That was pre-recorded, so it was pre-recorded at the
yeah
combat event
yeah.
at California. So
All right. So some interesting but bad news. Platinum Games isn't working on Grand Blue Fantasy Relink anymore. Platinum Games has announced that its contract with Side Games has ended, and it will no longer be working on the development of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Well, we Platinum Games have been working with Side Games and co-development of the upcoming console game, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Officially, our contract on the project has come to an end. Read the blog update. Development will still continue, but be handled solely by Side Games' internal development team, which is interesting. And they're scrubbing Platinum Games, and it's not mentioned on the website anymore. And it's also removed the game from its own website, which I find interesting. It's also like unknown as to why the contract wasn't renewed. But Platinum Games has still said, to support the game. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're working on too many projects that's why they didn't renew the contract, or that the gameplay was looking really, really good for that game, and I don't know what happened. It's gotten us not worried about the game, but worried about Platinum Games' situation financially, because we know that in terms of finances, Platinum Games always spreads themselves too thin and works on too many projects at once. And I also kind of a little bit worried about the game development, because they could change the game development and it doesn't look as good, or the combat won't look as refined. So I'm a little worried on that. But Jacob, did you hear about this? And I guess, what did you think about Side Games and Platinum not renewing that Platinum Games contract, and it's being scrubbed from like the websites and stuff like that for the game, and now it's just solely Side Games. Oh, man. Jacob's gone. Rip the dream. Inspector. Oh yeah, he said BRB. Inspector, what do you think? I guess for this like situation, do you think that it's finance, or do you think it's like being removed and stuff, and not renewing the contract for the game?
I don't know. I think I don't think it's for money or whatever you said the first one was. I don't really pay attention to like that when it comes to video game like companies, because what was the last game Platinum made? Wasn't it Neo?
Near Automata.
Near Automata.
Yeah. Oh, Near Automata.
Yeah.
And how did that do? Did that do well?
Yeah, it did well.
Yeah, like then I assume they're fine in terms of their money. So maybe it's contract. I don't know. I can't really say anything on the matter.
Yeah. I don't either. But what do you think about it, Talal? Do you think it's just contract?
I can't really say because I don't know where we stand.
All right. Trying to see if there's any other interesting. Oh, there's actually, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it's Mike Gamble or somebody from Anthem may have a roadmap for Anthem, which is very interesting. The first major update for the game is March for Act 1 of the game. I forgot what the act is called, but it's pretty good that they're doing that. and it's coming out in a timely manner, and I'm hoping it's going to be better than. Let me make sure what Echoes of Reality Act 1, which is dope. I know the game has been getting flagged for some server trouble issues, and they're using old builds of the game for the demo / beta, and it does has caused some backlash. But I personally think having these like DLCs, which are free updates for acts, which expand the storyline, the lore of the game, and it's good because you get it the next month. And my thing is, I hope it's just better in terms of Destiny, where Destiny DLCs felt like they were ripped out and they didn't have much substance in terms of storyline and stuff like that, as well as like the mission structures aren't good. And I'm hoping that this patch or DLC for this new story for Act 1 is good. I'm looking forward to, I'm gonna get on Xbox Origin Premiere, Access Premiere, or something like that. But yeah, Jigga, 2 things for you. What did you think about that whole situation with Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and Platinum being scrubbed from it?
Wait, no, I haven't heard nothing about that.
You did? Oh man.
No.
But yeah, that the contract was up and Side Games isn't renewing it with them, and there's no credit for Platinum Games anymore. It's being removed from the website for Fantasy Blue Relink, and it's just all Side Games.
That sucks.
Do you think it's like they're in a financial situation that they couldn't continue, or because we know, like you and me know, they spread themselves too thin, like doing so many projects at once.
That's the only thing I could really think of. Cause didn't they say what's that? Nier Automata had saved them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if a game has to save you, like that's a problem.
Yep. Yeah, you seen the gameplay, right? Or no?
For Grand Blue, no.
Oh, dude, it looks really good. You gotta watch it.
Oh man. The only reason I know that franchise is because I watched the anime. It was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh man, I forgot what legit did I say before talking about this? Big yikes.
I know we were talking about Mortal Kombat, but I guess we went past that topic.
Oh, you mean Trash Combat? Facts.
You can go down your list, Redhead.
There we go. Yeah. What about you, Jake? What do you think about the Anthem roadmap?
They're gonna need it because that, I don't know, they like the way they made it seem like it's not gonna be much content in the base game, or like it's gonna be like content like you can not breeze through, but like play through very easily. From what I've seen, so they're gonna need a more quickly added to their game, and it's good that it's free. Cause you know how EA does, like free don't mean shit to them. Oh man, they don't do free. What's free? But so yeah, it's good. It's free. But then you go and see like if you want cosmetics for that game, how expensive that shit is. So it's like, oh man. But I guess it's all cosmetics, so it's like you ain't got to worry about somebody having the OP stuff because they paid for it. So that's good. And as long as they release content and it's like not just like filler, like it has no substance, it's just there just to, because I think they did that with like Battlefield. They added shit and it's like you go and play the game, they don't seem like you notice the shit that they added. Yeah, so as long as they add stuff that's like great story wise, like it increases, not increases, but like adds onto the story and makes it a little bit better, like you dive more into the story or get more information and stuff, like I'm good. That'll make me happy, dog.
Yep. All right. I guess we can switch off topics to, I guess, the movie side of things. And we're going to quickly talk about Batman Beyond animated movie rumors were shut down by Humberto Gonzalez. I think he's like a DC insider or DC whatever.
No, he's
What is
he's
he?
just a scooper.
A scooper?
He's El Mayimbe, if you've heard of him.
Okay. He's saying there's no Batman Beyond movie in development. Their official word is not true. We're not working on an animated Batman Beyond movie. In fact, to be extra sure, it was checked and shot down at Warner Animation Group on feature side, DC Films, and WB Animation on TV side. So would you believe him, Inspector, if he said that?
I didn't believe this rumor to begin with.
Okay.
But like I didn't believe the Batman Beyond rumor to begin with.
Okay.
But I mean, I wouldn't say I believe him because he's been very he's a very unreliable. Like all scoopers are kind of unreliable because they like put themselves up on a pedestal and like oh like I'm the best whatever. Just like I don't care. Scoopers be scoopers. They just want to get their story out first, no matter if it's real or not.
Like, I would have loved the Batman Beyond movie, but not in the way that they were trying to tell me, like, because it felt like from the, I guess, reports, articles, that it was reaction, it was reactionary, and it was a reaction to Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. It's like, I don't want you to react to another movie with its success and go like, we're going to do something similar with Batman Beyond. That just doesn't make sense to me, But I guess, what do you think? You down for this rumor shot down?
To be honest with you, I didn't believe the rumor. It originally came from Daniel RPK, and he posted the images and everything, and I was just like, I can get from where it's coming from because 80th anniversary of Batman and all, but no, I just said nah. The animation doesn't look like what Warner Brothers Animation would want in a Batman Beyond movie anyway. So that's my thoughts.
All right. What about you, Jigga? You care for Batman Beyond that animated movie now happening?
No, I never really was a Batman animated fan person. Hey, look, Dad. I don't know. I think I was more of like a Marvel, like I don't know, because I like more of the Marvel shows like Spider-Man and stuff. So,
All right, so go next topic, and that is gonna be Avatar 2. Yeah. Stephen Lang talks underwater performance capture playing the villain. So during the interview, Lang confirmed he is playing the villain in Avatar 2, which doesn't make no gosh dang sense. The dude didn't he get stabbed?
Did he die in the first Avatar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I don't know how you can come back from that. But it's sources say it may be titled Avatar: The Way of Water.
Well, that's confirmed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't like that name, to be honest.
Me neither. It's a terrible title.
Water, doesn't sound right. I knew there were going to be sequels pretty quickly, Lang said. Then within a very short time, I think in 2010, Cameron kind of whacked me on the shoulder and said, "You're coming back, And then he says, it's no secret that why he called him Jim Cameron likes to work in the water. Let me continue. He likes that world that plays a part. The oceans of Pandora are important, but doing performance capture underwater presents a whole new set of problems, which you solve on a daily basis. Which Asked how long he could hold his breath. Like I said, I've done over 4 minutes. Static hold. If I get to ecstasy, I'm good for maybe a minute and a half before I start turning as blue as a Navi. Are we surprised about this? I guess it's gonna be underwater.
I mean, I'm not surprised there was a sequel, but where they're putting the sequel, like, yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I don't know why. I don't even know why there is a sequel. I mean, I get it because they made so much money. It's like, why not? But it's like when you've completed the story, and I'm like, don't just make a sequel just to make a sequel. Because I can't see them. Well, I don't know. He's a good director, so he knows what he's doing. But I just don't see what they can add to this series to make it better.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, I completely forgot to say this. Lang also talked about he already knows how Avatar 5 will end. I find that funny because 2 hasn't even come out yet, and they're trying to do up until 5.
He won't be alive for that shit to happen.
Like,
you see how long it took for 1 and 2, bro? Like,
yeah. I don't know, dude. Inspector, what do you think about all this, as well as Lang knowing how Avatar 5 will end? Do you think it's crazy that they have up until 5? Like,
I'm indifferent. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Avatar, and the second one doesn't really interest me that much. Like, for how much money the movie made, it was really boring and overlong and not really memorable. But
yep. I feel that. I mean, I think the reason why it did so much money and so much pull, right, was a big reason was because of the CGI and stuff like that.
That's true. It made most of its money overseas because I think its opening weekend here, when it opened up in 2009, it's been 10 years since Avatar. But
10 years, jeez.
It only made like 80 million, and that was over Christmas weekend.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of like Aquaman, where it made like 60 million and ended up making, I don't know what the domestic whole was. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
But it had to be at least $1 billion domestic, because no way it can make, unless it made like 1.8 billion, like 2 billion, like overseas.
Yeah,
because it made 2.7 billion, like overall.
Huh. All right. What do you think about this, Talati, about Avatar and Avatar 2 being underwater, and freaking Stephen Lang knowing how Avatar 5 will end, which there's gonna be up until Avatar 5.
No, I don't know what to think, because, to be honest with you, after the Aquaman CGI, is it going to be on par with that, or is it going to be above standards from the first movie for Avatar? Because is it being done by Warner Brothers again, or is it done by?
I don't think Avatar was done by Warner Brothers. It was done by Fox.
Fox, yeah. And
Avatar was done by Fox.
Disney's going to be basically owning Avatar.
Okay, then I see potentially could have some really cool underwater scenes. You never know, but time will tell as soon as they show something. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right. So here we go. Paramount halts pre-production on World War Z sequel. The sequel to World War Z, which was set to be directed by David Fincher, has reportedly been put on hold due to budget issues and a lack of momentum. Broken by playlist, the playlist, further reported by THR, pre-production for the sequel to the 2013 film was halted last night. Paramount and producers with Brad Pitt's Plan B company reportedly started making calls to the crew of the film on Wednesday morning, informing them of the news. The film is reportedly set to begin production in spring or early summer in Atlanta. Sources claim that the budget issues are ultimately what caused the plug to be pulled on the sequel, and that it's currently unclear if it will eventually go back into production or if it wishes to be shelved indefinitely. The playlist also claims that Paramount dragged their heels on the production, never giving it a proper schedule to work with. So, what do I think? I think David Fincher is a good director, right? And I'm disappointed about this news. I'm kind of disappointed that Paramount didn't have a schedule. They dragged their heels on the production, and that also is a factor of it. And budget issues. I don't know what happened with that. If you planned this accordingly, I feel like this movie would have been done well. But that's just me. What do you think about this, Inspector?
I guess it kind of sucks. As you said, David Fincher is a good director. I just think, whoops, hold on. I just think the
First World War Z was kind of mixed in terms of reception. Like I liked it. I never read the book. I know people who read the book weren't really that fond of it. I guess it's just been such development limbo that they just decided to just like end it. So I mean, I'm not really connected to it that much. So I
just find it confusing why there wasn't a schedule. You know?
Yeah.
And the company was dragging their heels. Like, I don't understand that.
Did Fincher direct the first one, or was it a different director?
I believe it was a different one. Let me look. After it's confirmed that World War Z's director Mark Forster.
Yeah, Mark Forster. Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't be returned for the sequel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because Juan Antonio Bayona was named as the director, though he officially left the project 2016 to work on a Monster Calls. By 2017, Paramount decided to Fight Club and Gone Girl director David Fincher. Yeah. Who's the director Brad Pitt wanted for the sequel? I agree. I would have loved to see that, but hopefully it'll be picked up again. I don't know. But it is what it is. What do you think about this, Jigga, about World War Z sequel, being put on hold, and, David Fincher was going to be the guy director,
Oh, man. I have no opinion, dog. Really. I like the first one. It was, I wouldn't say so. Wait, didn't they? You said World War Z, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought they fixed it at the end. So, like,
what do you mean?
There's a big thing with the ending, how they couldn't get the ending, and then they changed the ending at the end. Like they basically reshot like half the movie.
Oh yeah, well that was the original.
They put it together.
No, but the ending, I saw they like. Are you talking about the movie with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they like cure?
Yeah.
So how are you gonna do a sequel?
Probably the cure didn't actually work. I mean, spoiler alert, because I'll talk about the movie real quick. They just basically used, like, I wouldn't want to say lethal diseases, but it masked them from the creatures, essentially, so they wouldn't get attacked.
Oh, so man, that's well, look, I have no opinion, but I don't think. Well, they should probably make a sequel, I guess.
But do you like Fight Club though?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was
sure about that.
It was okay. Like I wouldn't like. You know, it was a well directed movie. So yeah, I would say yeah.
Oh, what about Gone Girl?
Never heard of it.
Damn, that was with Ben Affleck and everything. That was a good movie, actually. It's a fucked up movie, but it's a good movie. But David Fincher's a really good director. I would have loved to see it. Hopefully, I will get to see it. I guess, Saladio, what do you think about that news?
I'm on the same comment as Jigga.
Yes. I feel it. Quickly, I completely forgot. Like one of the main news is regarding a video game that I just saw. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the most downloaded PlayStation game of January, which beat out also Resident Evil 2. And Resident Evil 2 was out longer, and legit Kingdom Hearts only had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days on the market and just outsold RE2. As well as just shipped like 5 million copies of the game, which is pretty good. Jacob, what do you think about this?
Oh man, I'm happy, dog.
Yeah,
I really like the series. I got tired of people hyping up Resident Evil 2 remake and like so seeing Kingdom Hearts beat it's like, oh man, yeah. Even though it really does nothing for me. I mean, I guess it makes it more likely that they're going to continue the series somehow.
Remember, Giga, Nomura is working on the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Isn't that's I don't know, bro. Like the game booty.
So that means you won't get another Kingdom Hearts game for another
10 years,
6 years, maybe.
Look, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some games that tide me over. Look, how long do we wait from 2 to 3? I got years.
Well, my thing is, there were other games in between those. Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance.
But those are all trash, and they shouldn't.
Whoa, Birth by Sleep, bro! I will fight you right now if you say Birth by Sleep is trash, dude.
Get them up out of here, bro. Nobody want to play that.
I will cut you.
Nobody wants to play those games, but they need
Birth by
to
Sleep.
be made.
That game was amazing. I don't know what you talked about. I was a little frustrated with. I'll give you that one. But
which one was on the DS?
Yeah, that was Dream Drop Distance.
Okay, I think I played that one.
Yeah, that one wasn't that good. That frustrated.
No, that was actually good.
Really frustrated me.
That was actually pretty good. You're a hater.
No, what? That game? No, I'm sorry. Terrible. Not as bad as Chain of Memories, but it's there. Birth by Sleep craps all over it.
I can't agree to that.
You never played Birth by Sleep.
I still can't agree to that.
What? Oh, all right. Who are the main character? Who's the main character in Birth by Sleep?
Which one is that? After 2? I mean, before 2? Wait, which one is that? I don't know.
What in terms of timeline or actual when it came out?
Yeah, timeline.
Legit. After Back Cover X and before Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, see, I don't know nothing about that. You can have the L.
That's But Inspector, what do you think about Kingdom Hearts? Being the most downloaded PlayStation game for January, even though it had 3 days, as well as it's shipping 5 million copies.
That's cool. Like I'm not even really into Kingdom Hearts, but I guess it's good for the Square Enix.
Yep. I feel it. I feel amazed though. Us Kingdom Hearts fans can rejoice now.
Whoa! Fall back.
What?
There's a lot of frauds, bro.
I know I ain't a fraud. I'll say that.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we know who the frauds are.
Oh man, talk about the ones that actually like it now.
No, the people who hop onto the game and just to get some views and stuff, but like they never cared about the series.
I heard said person is also replaying 2 now. And he might stream it.
That's spooky, bro. Hey, look, as long as they get into the series, I ain't gonna complain. But we don't like frauds out here.
There are people that have just only played 3. I think that's insane. Well, what is? So, Adi, what do you think about this news for Kingdom Hearts 3 being the top most downloaded game in January, even though it was only 3 days.
I think it's good for Square Enix.
And it shipped out 5 million copies, which I'm assuming physical.
I think it was good for Square Enix, and it shows what they're capable of. So let's see what they've got for the Avengers project, because that's next on their list. Clock is ticking. Square Enix, clock is ticking.
How would you feel if I said I'd rather be more interested in Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Screw you.
Screw me. Oh, man. Jigga, come to my side.
I have no opinion because I don't know what the Avengers project is, so I'm good.
Okay. But Nomura is working on Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I don't know anything about the Final Fantasy. I never played Final Fantasy VII.
Listen.
I've only played 10 and 15.
All the Kingdom Hearts games is directing this remake.
But I gotta give him an L because he directed all them fucking whack ass side games.
What, bro? Those games were good. Besides Dream Drop Distance and Chain of
Some
Memories.
things are like, bro, they should not be a part of the main story. That's an L. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, dude. You just mad because you gotta play those games. Come on now.
No, I'm not. I'm finna watch a video of them somebody playing it. Like, I'm watching playthrough. I ain't playing those trash games.
And then you'd be like, "Oh man, the story's so good for
I'm be like, this game. Why couldn't they just make these into videos and not try to
videos?" Nah, dude,
games,
that game was amazing. Like the Vanitas fight. Oof. And
most of those would probably be better as movies. I would rather have them came out with like Kingdom Hearts movies to fill us over until the games came out.
Dude, you could have got the movie for $358 over 2 days and recoded.
I definitely got that.
And back cover X.
Look, I'm just saying, bro. It's like you don't have the offshoots affect the main story. It makes no sense.
Listen, the main villain of the whole series is in Birth by Sleep.
That sounds like a huge L.
I'm just saying. You can't just knock a game just for being on different platforms.
No, I'm not knocking the game. I'm knocking the person who decided to put those into the main story.
Dude, listen, that Birth by Sleep was on the PSP, the greatest handheld of all time.
Whoa, you forgetting about the Switch?
Oh man, that's a hybrid. That doesn't count.
No, it's not. It's a handheld that you can put on your TV.
It's a hybrid. What?
No, it's not. It's a handheld you put on your TV.
Listen. Every time
you can play your
bad boys, they tell me no, it's a hybrid. You can't call it a console. This is a hybrid.
But you're forgetting you can play your Vita on the TV. So is that not a hybrid?
How can I play it on my TV? I have my Vita right here, right now. How do I play this shit on my TV?
Can't you do it to your PS4 or some shit like that?
What? I can remote play, but that's completely different. That's like playing my PS4 on the Vita.
Look, it's a way possible. You're just not seeing the vision.
Seeing the vision? What vision are you talking about?
The real vision. Oh man, let me fall.
Alrighty. Oh man.
I thought there was a way. I don't know.
I'll let you get the PS Vita TV.
Yeah, that's trash.
But I think Jack.
Guys, I think I should move on from this topic.
Well, what I was gonna say for Kingdom Hearts though is I beat the game, and gameplay's phenomenal, soundtrack phenomenal, as well as the boss battle's awesome. Only complaints though for the game is the game has been too easy. Attractions make it easy. As well as some of the form changes for the Keyblades make it easy, and Rage form also makes it easy for you guys that are very I guess Kingdom Hearts purists that want like the big challenge. They don't have critical mode. I beat the game. The secret boss isn't as hard as bosses like Sephiroth or the Lingering Well. You don't even have to be level 99 to beat the secret boss. But I say definitely play the game on Proud. You're not going to have a hard time. Collect the 30 lucky emblems. You will unlock the secret movie or secret ending for the game. And Epilogue comes automatically. Epilogue will shock everyone that understands the Kingdom Hearts story. Shocked me. Shook me. I was shocked. My brain was melted, and I couldn't believe it. what happened. That's what's so amazing. But make sure to play that. And that's really it. And Jiga, you need to play it.
I'm definitely.
Oh man. So very interesting news. And this is regarding Taka Wakiti. Watiti. I don't know say why I said Wakiti. Watiti. Definitely won't direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's James' film. And I'll get the direct quote. Nope. No, not doing that movie. Watiti told reporters during the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour, where he's promoting FX's small screen adaptation of What We Do in the Shadows. For me, that's James' film. Going into something like that, which has got his stamp all over it, will feel like going into someone's house and going, "Hey, I'm your new dad." It feels kind of awkward. The director of Thor Ragnarok confirmed he's still hanging out with Marvel and talking about new stuff, but I don't know what that might be yet. But I want to do another movie with them. And I guess that also wasn't a full quote because he talked something about like teaching them different like peanut butter sandwich or something like that. But you get the gist of it. But Disney definitely wants to do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and they want to get like these Marvel directors to do it in the Marvel family, but none of them want to do it because they're friends with James Gunn. It's gonna make it very hard. They're gonna have to get a director that is not really associated with Marvel to do the film, and it's also gonna be hard to have the crew to like you and to have a camaraderie of James Gunn and them and stuff like that. But Spectre, what do you think about that? About Taika and not wanting to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because of James?
I mean, it makes sense. He wants to be, I guess, cordial to James Gunn. Like, he doesn't want to finish his trilogy when Guardians is his trilogy. And I guess what CD just wants to do his own thing. I don't think he's interested in Marvel. I don't know if he has any other projects lined up with Marvel. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Ragnarok, but I know there was a lot of people that were. But oh well.
Yeah. Me, I just think I never cared for first two Thor movies, but I liked the third Thor movie. 'Cause I don't know, I was very bored with both, especially the second one. I felt
Yeah,
the second one.
yeah. The problem with the first one is that they try to make it like a Shakespearean thing, but they made like just the tones didn't match, and the second one was just like a lot of weightless action that didn't mean anything. Like the action was cool, but it didn't have any weight to it.
Yeah. I guess Jigga, what do you think about Taika not wanting to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because of James Gunn?
Look, I believe he's saying that, but I feel like if they throw it bad, he gonna be like, "Hey, sorry, James Gunn, dog." But no, I wouldn't do it because it's like I don't. I just don't. I wouldn't feel right them anybody else doing that series besides James. Like, yeah, all like stuff happened, but it's like that's still his series, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I still.
And it's
feel
gonna be
like
hard to work with those actors that also supported James Gunn.
Yeah, because Batista was like, he's going off. Like, he said he's not gonna do the movies and shit.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to redo his character or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's sad.
Talani, what do you think about James Gunn with the whole Taika with TD about him not wanting to direct because of James Gunn?
I don't want to get into too much of a debate here. I'm just gonna go with what Inspector says.
What would the debate be?
It'd be about the actors and it'd be about the director and how much of a catastrophe it was. How much of a catastrophe it's in. So
my thing is, do you think it's like? Do you agree with Taika not wanting to direct because of James Gunn? That fellow.
Yeah, I'd say so because when it comes down to Batista and them, they really want a loyalty than realistically doing the role again. And I mean, take a look at the whole. Take as an example, a prime example would be Ben Affleck leaving the role for Batman, and he doesn't want to play Batman anymore. He kept people stringing along, making people believe that he's being Batman, but he he basically isn't Batman on the Batman project. But does this mean that he's going to be Batman again? Who knows? So it's like that in this situation, but it's a little bit different. So who knows, man? Who knows?
All right. The Walking Dead renewed for season 10.
Oh, please.
If-
Please, I've got no comment for this, so I'm gonna put myself on.
For me, Walking Dead needs to die.
Facts.
They don't know what they're doing with the franchise. Like, listen, I like the actors and stuff like that. They're not bad. Like, it's just you keep doing the same thing over and over again. It gets boring. Like, legit. Like, I'll watch the show on Netflix, but I'm doing something else. Like, I'm not paying much attention to it. It's like background noise when I'm also doing homework and stuff. So for me, I'm like, it's not important, and I just think it needs to end. There needs to be a conclusion. It's like it has run its course, and it is what it is. But I guess, Jacob, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm agree with you. That series need to die. It's like, I guess I don't know, bro. They're following the comic book, but at this point, it's like the character who I liked the most was Glenn. He's gone, and it's like, didn't what's the name too? The main character leave too, or is he still in it?
I forgot to say Lincoln.
Yeah,
He is doing movies now for The Walking Dead.
yeah. So like, why did just let the series die, bro? It's done.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know why they continue it. It's like, because he's dead. Well, he's not dead, but his son's dead. Glenn's dead. I think like almost everybody's dead, and it's like, just let the series go, bro. I guess they're making so much money, it's like they don't want to let it go. But at a certain point, you're gonna ruin it. If I was the dude who created, I'd be like, let the series go, man.
I feel. What do you think about this, Inspector? About Walking Dead being renewed for season 10?
Meh.
Meh.
I don't watch it. I don't care.
What do you think about this, though? Supernatural season 15 has been confirmed.
Wait, what? I thought it was ending this season.
No, it's not.
They said they were ending it after episode 300. Seriously, CW?
Supernatural gears up for its bigger 300th episode. The CW has announced that the long-running hit drama has been confirmed for a season 15.
Then why cut it at 300? That's like halfway. Like they're cutting it halfway through the season, saying it's the last episode. Then they renew it. Like seriously, CW?
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be one of those things where like they said it was canceling, then a whole bunch of people came back to the show, and it's like, oh, it's still popular, and so they're not going to let it go.
No. It's. You think that's bad, Inspector? Wait until you hear this. That they also renewed. The Legends of Tomorrow has also been renewed.
That show, yeah.
That
Yeah, I
show's
know
been
I
renewed
know
for another
watch it.
season.
Dude, Supergirl needs to.
Oh man,
You think it's really bad? So some of these shows that need to be cancelled, there isn't.
Flash. I'm gonna say Flash needs to be canceled too. Flash, Supergirl. I think that's it.
I stopped watching the Arrow, so I don't know.
Arrow got better.
Arrow
Yeah.
got better, but it's
3
like,
and 4 were rough, but season 5 got it back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to go back and we'll catch up on that.
but
5
yeah,
is like way better than 4, like a lot better than 4.
yeah. But the way I see it is just the CW have just early renewed it. According to DC's DC Daily, they early what's it called, renewed the contract and stuff, and I'm just like, why are you doing it this early? You guys could have done it at Comic-Con, save you, you know, it would have been a lot easier. But I guess they want more legends.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, time to talk real quick. And this is having to do with a Kitty Pryde movie. It's still in development. According to Brian Michael Bendis. Here's a quote. Someone's at Brian Michael Bendis. I just listened to your episode of the Word Balloon podcast. I was wondering, is that X-Men movie still happening? I haven't heard any news about it, and I was wondering the position of it, especially after the merger. Brian said, yeah, I'm working on it right now. It's very surreal and delightful to be so deep inside the X-Match and the Fortress of the Solitude at the same time. If you guys don't understand what Fortress of Solitude is, that's Superman. I don't know what else to say. X-Mansion. You don't know what the X-Mansion is. Don't
It's
know
in
what
the name.
don't know what to say. I didn't even know he was a part of this at all. I guess he's helping the script or something. But I guess co-write. I don't know. I didn't even know. Like, I mean, yeah, I knew it was Kitty Pryde. I just didn't know Brian was working on it. Oh, he is a film writer. He's a film writer. I'm surprised that it's still happening. After the other movies like X Force. What else?
Yeah, Bendis works for DC now.
Yep. I don't know. It's weird. I'm surprised Disney didn't halt this. Maybe they think it's promising. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
straightforward with you on this. I think this project will probably get scrapped in no time. Give it a few months, it'll be scrapped.
If it would have happened already, though.
No, I mean in terms
With
of,
Bendis attached, I don't think it's going anywhere.
yeah, I don't think it's not going to go anywhere because he's working for DC.
No, I mean,
No, he's saying, like, Inspector's saying that this movie isn't going anywhere, especially because A, Brian's name's attached to it, and B, all these other X-Men movies were canceled, like X-Force.
Oh then of
This
course.
movie hasn't been canceled whatsoever, and he's still very much like working on the.
Yeah. So like yeah. So I just think that it won't be lifted up. But we're on the subject of talking about X-Men anyway. Did you hear about what Kevin Feige said?
Yeah, we'll get more into all that with Bob Iger as well. But I guess, do you think Fox and Disney, Inspector, are very, like, I don't know, like, confident in it for this movie, or is it because Brian's the main writer of the film?
I think it's. I don't want to say mainly because it's because of Bendis, but Bendis's X-Men run wasn't really looked at that well. But I don't know.
Has he done any Kitty Pryde comics or something like that, or something?
He's written Kitty Pryde in like his Guardians run.
Okay.
But he wrote Kitty Pryde in Ultimate Spider-Man, but that's a different version of Kitty.
Huh.
Like,
so I'm wondering why
I think the most well-known Kitty Pryde writer is probably Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Because he wrote Astonishing X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
so.
Joss Whedon, the director.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
Yeah, he wrote comics.
He wrote comics. He wrote.
Well,
he wrote Astonishing X-Men. He wrote a bunch of like Firefly and Buffy comics, but those were his properties, so that makes sense.
Oh, okay. That's the first time I've heard something like this.
I mean, I knew it too. I'm surprised you didn't. But... All right.
I know nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jigga. I wanted to ask you, but I felt like you would have been like, "Nah, don't know this."
I never got into comics like that.
I need you to get hooked on comics. I might send you some comics through the mail.
Oh man, manga gang out here, manga gang.
So, Legion, the FX television series centered around the character of the same name from the X-Men universe, will end following season 3. The announcement was made by FX CEO John Landgraf during 2019 Television Critics Association Winter Tour. While only one season remains, it is reportedly ending the way series creator Noah Hawley always envisioned it. And also, his Doctor Doom movie got canceled. Really upset about that. But Legion was renewed for a third season, June 2018. While no premiere date has been announced, it's set to air sometime in 2019. Personally, do I believe this? Yeah. I don't think this was gonna like a long series. Legion, I really found it amazing, very like complex, intricate, has some amazing twists to it, and it focuses on Charles' son, David. So I thought it was great. It's right there. Are you surprised about the third final season for this show, Legion?
Not really. I don't watch Legion. I've heard good things about it, but it probably had low ratings, so it makes sense that they're ending it.
Do you think Noah really planned for this to be a long series though? Because I felt like Noah really doesn't do like long series.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I felt like it was supposed to be intended as short and stuff like that. Do I think it had amazing ratings? No. But it was like for those like it was supposed to be like a very like intellectual show, stuff like that. It wasn't it's not your typical ordinary superhero show, you know? Anybody else got anything to say about Legion?
Nope.
Oh man. All right. And I completely forgot about this. This had to regard to Disney. So people were wondering what Disney thought and if they would ever publish video games. I think this is also regarding. This was with Bob Iger. They had a conference. They talked a lot of stuff. And Disney currently has no plans to publish video games based on its own intellectual properties. During the company's recent earnings call via discussing film, Chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, stated Disney doesn't plan to publish any video games and will instead continue to license its brand to other studios. An example of this is the current deal with EA, which currently has the rights to make games under the Star Wars license. This includes titles like the Battlefront series, the recently canceled open world Star Wars game that was being worked on by EA Vancouver, and the other single player Star Wars game that was also canceled when Visual Games studio closed down. And they also Disney said that they said basically for EA that they're not disappointed though. They actually are happy about this, which I found interesting because EA hasn't done anything as of lately with the video games.
Maybe it's like they feel like because we already got our money, they don't give a shit.
That and their licensing, licensing. Like EA has to pay a hefty price for that license. So Disney just doesn't care. I guess.
Oh man, fuck gamers, dog. The short end of the stick, dog.
I guess, Jacob, what do you think about them not planning to publish video games?
I mean, I get it because it's like to jump into that, you can't just half do it. You gotta really know like what you're doing when they're creating the game. But it's like I feel like they're leaving so much money on the table by leaving it up to somebody else, like EA, who's gonna keep fucking it up. But at the same time, who says they wouldn't? Because they seem like their levels of success is probably like if it ain't making billions of dollars, it's probably like a failure. So I don't know, bro. Don't most of their movies make like $1 billion plus dollars?
What do I think? Make a lot of money. I can't say if they're all $1 billion franchises.
I don't know. I would like them to buy a studio, but I guess that's a lot of money.
Yep. Inspector, what do you think about Disney's sense of not publishing any video games and just licensing them out, as well as them not being mad at EA?
I don't really play a lot of those Disney games. I think the last Star Wars game I played was Force Unleashed 2. I understand why they're not mad at EA, like, because they're not us. So they're companies and they have to be nice to each other. They can't.
Plus, they had a contract too, so it's
Yeah, they
like,
have a contract.
and EA paid them for the license.
Even if they don't like each other, they have to act like they like each other. It's just like a cordial thing to do between companies.
Yeah.
It's just a tough thing to talk about, like, because if you look at the audience, EA is like persona non grata within the comic book, the video game community. Like everyone hates EA, especially what they're doing with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like even though it sold well, it bombed with reception. Like no one liked it with all the loot boxes and all the microtransactions and stuff. Like that's not going to stop EA because you're just going to keep pumping out more Star Wars games with all those microtransactions because they keep being successful. So,
agreed. What do you think about this, Thania, about the stance of not publishing video games and they're happy with their relationship with EA?
Me personally, with the relationship with EA it's bad at the moment because look at all the loot boxes and everything that they did for Star Wars that went down the drain. And they let a game die out initially for Star Wars Battlefront 2 when they could salvage that and really realistically they let games get cancelled and for the Star Wars stuff, and I think this is where EA basically now I've got to think about single player games and how they can salvage themselves.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think that they give two craps about what happens now for the Star Wars franchise. So
Yep. And now about something interesting, and this also is regarding Legion. Give me a quick second. So supposedly they have Professor X casted in the season 3, and so the casting. So David Hadley's mother is casted. Stephanie Cornelison will play David Hadley's mother, Gabriella, and Harry Lloyd will play his father, Professor X. And Lloyd is known for his portrayal of Viserys Targaryen, which is Daenerys' brother in Game of Thrones. So yeah, let me get a picture and screen share what he's gonna look like. Give me a sec. Because he wore a wig, so I'm not gonna show him wearing a wig. They'll be like, wait, what? Give me a sec. Paste and search. I don't know. Dude's supposed to be Professor X. Let me do this right here. Yep. And screen share. So this is supposed to be him. The Professor X on the show. Which, yeah, that's him too. He's supposed to be 35, so young Professor X. Well, not really young, but you know what I mean by that. I have no problem with the casting choice. Really? To be completely honest, you just gotta give him a bald cap. Think he should be fine with no facial hair. But other than that, what do you think about this casting choice, guys?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. Like again, I don't watch Legion, so like it's hard for me to get like super hyped about stuff. I mean, I think he's as old as James McAvoy, so
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's okay too. So I think he can pull off. So
Yep. All right. So, when will HBO's Game of Thrones prequel start filming? The Game of Thrones prequel series, widely being referred to as Long Night, has got an official production start window. Reported by EW, HBO programming president Casey Boyes says the series will begin production sometime in early summer, while specific starting date on production has not yet been named. Boyes has previously claimed it won't air until at least a year after Game of Thrones has finished, as its final episode is set to air on May 19th of 2019. It appears the prequel series won't air until summer of 2020 at the earliest. EW also reports that a writer's room is allegedly already in operation for this prequel series and is working on additional scripts as HBO greenlights more episodes. And Jig, how do you feel about the Game of Thrones prequel show?
I'm okay with it, bro. Like as long as because I heard that what's his name, George R. Martin is working on it. So
yeah, I think he's gonna write most of it. I believe in this show.
So as long as
so he's doing this, but he's not finishing the last book.
Sid.
Book, what's a book, dog? Oh man, he forgot how to write, dog.
I don't know, dude. He can write everything else but this book. He'll write spin-off books too. It's like, but he can't write the main books.
It's gonna be like a Silmarillion where he dies and his son like finishes it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying, like as long as he's working on it, I'm okay with it. It's just I don't know. I feel like that I can't see them getting to the level of the original series, but as long as it's like somewhat similar, somewhat good, like I'm be okay with it.
I think it's supposed to be somewhat more grimmer, you know. It's supposed to be a long night.
You grimmer, everybody dead.
I mean, probably everyone's gonna be dead by the time the series ends, because it takes place a long time from Game of Thrones.
Maybe the time humanity has gotten back together and fixed after I don't know, bro. It's spooky.
All right. Next thing. This is another game. We don't even have to do that one. And I'm the disappointed of ABC. Very disappointed. ABC boss wants a Lost reboot, but one's not in production yet. ABC president Carrie Burke told reporters today that she's interested in a possible Lost reboot for the network, which was the home of the hit drama series from 2004 to 2010. According to Phil, Burke clarified that she had not had any discussions with the Lost co-creator J.J. Abrams, the showrunner, called Carlton Cuse or ABC Studios about a reboot. Burke said a potential reboot was just what I dream about when I go to bed at night. Like, what? Okay. What do I think about this? No. Don't do it. Lost in terms of the ending, people in terms of last season, people have some problems with it. I personally enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Lost. But having a reboot, I'm fine. Don't do that. Please don't. You're gonna ruin it. You really are. Jiga, have you watched Lost? And what do you think about the rebooting Lost?
Nope, never watched it.
Nope. They gotta watch it.
No,
Do
I'm
you-
good, bro.
Do you think a show that came out in 2004 and at 2010 really needs a reboot?
What from what I've heard about like the ending, no, like bro, forget that show, bro.
Oh man.
Like
That's
nah. Like wasn't like it's a fucking dream within a dream or something. Everybody dead
Oh,
shit.
it's
Like
not.
oh man.
It's not a dream. I mean, I'm not gonna
No,
spoil
I
it.
heard it was like everybody was dead or something at the end of the series.
Well, like, there's different timeline. It's just, basically people think it was a different timeline, but spoiler alert, they're basically like literally in purgatory.
Yeah,
And then
so
they go to
I'm good. I don't watch that.
acceptance that they're dead and stuff. Because there's different two like one's in the past and it leads up to the death, and then the other is literally them in purgatory. It's like leading up to that.
So I watch that. Oh man.
I mean, you should. I think it's pretty good. All the like legit, the whole island stuff literally happened. It's just that where the bomb takes place and after the bomb, like with the different timeline that people think is actually like alternate timeline. No, that's them in purgatory.
Maybe I'll watch it someday.
You should. What do you think about this Spectre? Them wanting to reboot Lost, and do you think it's really needed?
Not really. I mean, I heard the ending to Lost was kind of weird. Like, kind of confusing. But I don't think like it needs a reboot. Especially since Damon Lindelof, who was the original writer, is now doing Watchmen. So
Exactly. What about you, Talia? Do you think Lost actually needs a reboot?
Hell no. Because it doesn't need to. It should end.
I feel that. Alrighty. We got, I believe, 3 more topics. Simpsons renewed for 2 more seasons. Renewal will bring the series episode count to 713. Simpsons has been renewed for season 31 and 32, extending its record as television's longest-running scripted primetime show. According to Fox, by that time, the animated comedy's 32nd season concludes. The Simpsons will have aired 713 episodes. The series is currently in the middle of its 30th season, which features guest appearances from Guillermo del Toro, Will Forte, J.K. Simmons, Aquafini, and Netflix Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos. I think this is interesting because the last season is gonna basically whatever the next season be renewed is Disney like owns it and stuff, as well as like the last season. So it's interesting. But what do we think about this, Jiga? About Simpsons being renewed for 2 more seasons?
I don't know, bro. I feel like their Simpsons and Family Guy have run their course. They should just let those shows go because they're really. I mean, Simpsons probably, from what I've heard, are still doing like a little bit good. I heard Family Guy like went like down the tanks, but I don't know, but I had started watching those a while ago, so they're not really for me, man.
All right, what do you think about this, Spectre?
I just want Simpsons to end.
Damn.
Like, I've never been a big fan of The Simpsons, and I just don't find that type of humor funny, just like Family Guy. Like, it was funny to me when I was like 13, but now, like, it's just like run its course.
I feel.
Like, it should have ended like 10 years ago.
And Talati, what do you think about Simpsons being renewed
Same
for 2
thing. Its running course needs to stop.
Yeah, man, are you a Simpsons hater?
No, I'm just saying it's ran its course because it's been on air for such a long time, but it's the same, it's the same, type of style that I think that needs to stop. We need something new, something fresh.
Well, what do you guys think about South Park, though?
South Park, same. South Park is a thing I don't want to get into, to be honest with you. That's a whole different thing of its own category.
Wait, Jigga, do you think South Park should be canceled?
Oh man, y'all spooky now. Y'all got to keep that same energy, bro.
Oh man!
They're both the same type of show, bro. If you say one's got to go, the other one's got to go
Oh
too.
shit!
But me, it's like I don't know. South Park still every once in a while has a good episode. So maybe I don't know, bro. Maybe do like a web series where like they don't do. I don't know, bro. Yeah, they both should go. I guess. Yeah, get South Park out of here too, dog.
Oh, I feel. Interesting. Same energy. All right. Disney will keep making R-rated Marvel films. Disney CEO Bob Iger reaffirmed that the company intends to keep R-rated properties that it will acquire from the Fox merger as R-rated, specifically referring to the Deadpool films. That's also referring to Alien, Predator, you name it. Disney Q1 2019 earnings results call. Iger said, "We do believe there's room for the Fox properties to exist without significant Disney influence over the nature of content, meaning that we see that there is certainly popularity amongst Marvel fans for the R-rated Deadpool films. For instance, we're going to continue that business. There might be room for more of that, as long as we're very carefully branding them and making sure that we're not in any way confusing the consumer with a product that would either be a Disney product or a more traditional Marvel product." These comments reaffirm previous comments from Iger that suggests Disney will utilize some sort of R-rated Marvel brand that coexists alongside more family-friendly content. How that might impact the MCU remains to be seen, considering a character like Deadpool might have a hard time crossing over without slipping into R-rated territory. What do I think about this? Good. I've always been worried. The first time I heard it, I was like, "Nah, Bob Iger is just lying." But now it's good to hear this. Gives me reaffirmation that Deadpool will stay rated R, and I don't know if this going to be under a Marvel R-rated banner or Fox. I still think Fox is going to be at like Touchstone. Like I feel like Fox will still be for like the Alien and all those other R-rated films under that banner. But Disney is still owning it. But that's just me. What do you think about this, Spectre?
I mean, I kind of predicted this. Like, what they're doing is that they're not gonna. I don't think they're fully going to put him in the MCU. Did they say that they're putting him in like a separate?
Yeah, it's not going to be. Okay, so as long as we're careful branding them and making sure that we're not in any way confusing the consumer with a product that would either be a Disney product or a more traditional Marvel product.
Oh,
So it can't be a Disney product or it can't be a more traditional Marvel product.
I mean, it's so hard because, like, I guess then Fox is its own thing, even though it's still under Disney. Like, are they? But they're not gonna have like the Fox logo in front of all the movies.
Would it just be called 20th Century?
I don't know.
Or do they create a new
Really
banner?
weird. I don't know, like Touchstone, because I haven't used Touchstone in like 15 years.
I don't know. They might have to just create a new banner for these things, like Alien Predator. What do you call that? Where does that go? You know?
No idea. I think they're just gonna keep that on ice for a bit.
I mean, they have
Especially after Shane Black's Predator. That didn't really do that well.
Well, we could do another Alien, I think.
And Ridley Scott seems intent on ruining the Alien franchise, so
Oh man. Big yikes. Big yikes. Personally, I think they just need a new banner for those R-rated films that they have and just put under it. That's all. But I guess what do you think about this, Jigga? About them keeping, Deadpool R-rated?
Like I really feel like that what was that shit called? The re-release they did for Deadpool. I really feel like that was them testing the waters to see if
And I heard it
Deadpool
didn't
would
do
be.
well.
Yeah, I think they were testing the waters to see if it would do well as a PG-13 Deadpool, and they were like, "Nah, bro, people want the rated R Deadpool."
Oh.
So yeah, I'm. They need to keep it rated R, but that's how Deadpool is, bro. He's a, I don't know, just leave it the way it is, bro.
yeah. The problem with Once Upon a Deadpool is that I feel the problem is if one, it's a re-release, so it automatically will make less money, and it's going to be added to Deadpool 2's gross anyway, so the gross doesn't really matter. And also, like, they forgot to mention the fact that they were like putting some of the earnings towards charity.
Yep.
So not that would have, like, it would have given, I guess, people more incentive to go, but it wouldn't have like increased the gross that much. Like, I think the gross for Once Upon a Deadpool was like 50 million. Probably not even that, like 30 million.
Yep. Wasn't as much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tony, what do you think about them keeping Deadpool R-rated?
Well, good on that. Good on Disney for doing that, because then it continues the trilogy or more Deadpool films.
Yep. Agreed. Last topic. Avengers Endgame could be the longest Marvel movie ever. Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors of Avengers Endgame, have confirmed the film is at the 3-hour mark. No edits are still being made to the film. In an interview with Collider, one of the directors said, I think the studio is down with what the best story is. Right now, we think that the movie's playing well. We've had great responses from our test audiences. We feel very good about where it is. We're still doing work to it. We're not done with it. Again, this is a culmination film of 22 movies. It's a lot of storytelling to work into. Motion is an intrinsic part of that to us. When you have to tell a really complicated story and you want strong emotional moments with the characters, it requires a certain amount of real estate. This one in particular feels like 3 hours worth of real estate. In response to the film might have an intermission baked into it, Anthony Russo said, "We have screened the movie 4 times for audiences now. For the first 3 screenings, not a single person got up to go to the bathroom." So,
I love that little thing. It was like no one went up and went to the bathroom. Maybe because they didn't have a lot of stuff to drink.
Yep, dude, I usually have to. It always happens with any film. I was like, yo, I have to hold this in 3 hours, though. Gotta hold this in for 3 hours. That would be too much, dude. Dude, that always hurts my freaking bladder. Not gonna lie, for the movie theaters when it's long movies. But like, I don't care. Personally, we heard the same thing. I think a couple months ago. I think it was like, I don't know, in October. Where this was also circulated, they were saying the same thing. It was like 3 hours. We do have edits. We may, or was it 3 hours and a half? I don't know. It was around them saying It's pretty long. It could be 3 hours, could be less. We're in the month of February, and they're still doing CGI work and still editing, but it seems like in test screenings, like it's most likely going to be a 3 hour mark. That's what I feel. The movie's coming out in 2 months, so it's like, and they screened it like 4 times now. So, I know there was a rumor going around with intermissions. But Marvel Studio looking into intermissions, don't do it. I personally don't like it. I feel like you're breaking the immersion of the movie and the pace of the movie. It's like that to me is just not good. And when you make a movie, you can't really have an intermission point, you know? It's not like a play or something like that. It's like when you make a movie and you're directing and editing, you don't like you create what's best for the story, what flows with the story, and you put an intermission point where randomly you're just like, what? Okay. That doesn't make any sense. But I guess Inspector, what do you think? I guess with the 3 hour mark, if you think that's actually still going to be a thing after them screening it 4 times, as well as this rumor going around that Marvel Studios looking for an intermission.
I do think the 3 hour time is going to stick because if you look at all the Avengers movies, they all go up in time. I think the first Avengers movie was like 222. Age of Ultron was around 2.5. Infinity War was around 240, and it makes sense that this would be around 3 hours. And I agree with what the Russo said. Like it's a culmination film, even though Infinity War was kind of a culmination film. It's like the first half of the culmination, I guess, and this is the second half.
Yep.
I don't want an intermission, as you said. It breaks immersion. Like, I don't think I think the last time a movie had an intermission was Hateful Eight, and not like the regular screenings didn't. I think it was just the 70mm screenings that had an intermission. I'm like, no intermission for me. It's a no from me for intermissions.
Agreed. Jig, what do you think about the 3 hour mark? If it's going to stick for Avengers Endgame, as well as what do you think about the rumor about an intermission for the film?
I'm okay with 3 hours. As I said, I've loved. Like, I don't know. Well, I did hear from one of my family. I think it was my family. They was like, they liked the movie, but they feel like there was a lot of stuff that could have been cut out of Infinity War. And so I don't know. 3 hours is okay with me, but I really feel like they should have a intermission break, bro. Because as someone who likes to drink when I'm watching movies, bro, it's like I don't want to have to pee and then miss half the story or miss an important part because I had to go to the bathroom, dog. So I don't know.
Get yourself an empty plastic bottle and run a.
If I did, they would fucking kick me out the theater.
I'm joking, nigga.
On opening night too. That shit is packed. It's like, listen, I'm gonna pee in this bottle. You guys been right. All right.
I mean, if it's an IMAX, no one will hear you.
Dude.
Yeah, that's kind of true, dog.
Yeah, the big loud basses. Well, actually, even Dolby Atmos as well. That has like a big amount of sound too. It's like, it's like you gotta wait for like a scene where it's like very like fiery and like a lot of like bang, and then you're like, gotta go now.
Hey, you don't want to do in the scene where like somebody tells a joke and it falls.
Yeah, and you're like,
and just fucking silent.
And everyone's like, "What's that noise?"
I sound like something going through, man. It's like, well then, you caught me. I'm gonna call the cops on you now. I'm like,
Public urination.
Oh god.
I feel that.
Oh man, at that point, then I just blame them and I'm like, look, it's their fault.
Oh man,
This movie need intermission.
I'm pretty sure the theater would probably fucking ban my ass, and then I probably Prison.
Damn, this man talk about prison. Oh man.
Is it a fine or a prison? I have no idea.
No, because I'm pretty sure Pee Herman didn't go to prison. He was in a movie where you should have your wiener out.
He's a rich dude, that's why.
Maybe.
But no, I can't see that happening, bro. I'm pretty sure it might be. Oh, you know what? Damn, that might be like indecent exposure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That will make you
dude, if
register as a pedophile.
Their kids there too. Like even if they're not even anywhere near you, they can put that on you too.
Yeah, and they'll make you register as a pedophile for the rest of your life, bro. That be shit. Yeah, look, just hold it in, people.
Hold it in. Even if it breaks your bladder, hold that shit in. Or you could just piss your pants and call it a day.
Oh god, don't.
Or just wear a diaper.
Oh,
Oh yes.
I might do that shit. Shit.
Yo, it's fucking sad.
Your diaper boy for that one.
For that movie, hell yeah, dude. I'll do this shit. But I guess, Talai, what do you think about the 3-hour mark? If you think it's gonna stick, and what do you think about an intermission? That rumor for an intermission for Marvel Studios looking into that.
Yeah, I think a 3-hour mark is a good mark for a film. No breaks needed, because let's be honest, are you really gonna piss yourself during a 3-hour film? Hell no. I mean, let's be honest with you. I mean, I went through Avengers Infinity War, for that was about what 2.5 hours, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't piss myself then. So why do you need intermission break?
Yeah, was there intermissions for Lord of the Rings? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, because there was nobody in the movie because it was trash.
Oh, all right.
Oh, dude, you don't want to start a war with those.
Do that shit, dude. Dude, I'm
I'm
Lord of the
definitely
Rings
with you.
fanboy. I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah,
Oh man, look, you live in
but
New York.
that's
And
why-
I will come back and kill you.
but that's what I've got to say about the whole Avengers and Endgame thing. We're just gonna wait 2 months, baby, before that movie comes out. 2 months.
2 months, March. Yeah, basically. Well, if you count this month, this is the beginning of the month. So technically, like,
Yeah, it's 2
like
months.
3 months, February, March, because April is like at the ending of April, so about 3-ish months.
I'm still calling it 2. So
Yeah, I mean, you can. What's 3? No, I'm just kidding. But guys, thank you guys for tuning in. There wasn't many gaming topics, so we had a very diverse amount of TV and movie news.
I'm Red Hood.
But yeah, thank you for everyone showing up. Thank you guys for commenting, and thank you guys for watching this as a video. I keep saying this. I will try, and I mean try, Friday to post this on, SoundCloud. It's just been busy, but it will happen this Friday. If it doesn't, hold me accountable. But make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to share this podcast with your friends and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this podcast, and hit that bell notification so you guys get updated as when the videos go up and the stream goes up. And also I do create some content. I will be creating some content either Thursday or Friday regarding Kingdom Hearts 3 Secret Reports, so you guys can read all that, because I had to do some grinding-esque battle gate things for to unlock them. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Redford240, and also on my Twitch I will be live streaming probably Friday if my allergies go away. That'll be more Yakuza Kiwami 1 or 2, or it depends. Just depends on if I beat Kiwami before then. And also, I hope you guys enjoyed. And Jigga, where can they find you at?
Oh man, you can check me out on Twitch, Jigga April, or Mixer Jigga April. Please go check me out on Mixer. Mixer's dead. Nobody ever shows up. Oh man, it hurts my feelings. But yeah, that's y'all can check me out. You have a good night, people.
Yep. And Inspector, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at the Inspector.
And Talado, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, which is at Taladia Plays, and also my YouTube channel, which is Taladia Plays. I should have 3 videos uploaded by the end of this week, by the end of the weekend, and should be back to streaming by possibly next month, beginning of next month. Who knows? Who knows where I stand with Twitch right now? But I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Then take care, guys.
All right, guys. This is the Overleveled podcast. Signing off.
Drake.
Oh.